Hello everyone, this is Anon with Can Trending Videos. This video series about 70-410, and this is part 3 of this video series. In part 1 of this video number 1, we went through setting up our laptop for the class lab environment, and in part 2 we created our infrastructure based on this design. We had two servers, one client, and we made sure we follow the server build guidelines to create these VMs. And in this video, we're going to implement for the first time in this environment Active Directory. Now, Active Directory is used to main purpose of Active Directory is to set up authentication in this environment and basically to provide security for all resources and servers within this environment. And then in order to install Active Directory, all we need to do is we need to add a role called ADDS role from Server Manager. It will be a new forest. The domain name will be called egreen.pri, and the SRM password will be password1, which is Directory Services Restore Mode. Once the Active Directory is installed, the machine will restart one time, and then right after that, we need to verify Active Directory installation by making sure that we have all the tools available to manage Active Directory, and then we're going to explore Active Directory, how to open Active Directory, how to create different accounts in Active Directory. So while exploring, we'll be creating a complete OU structure, which is all this. And then we're going to join our both machines to Active Directory, server 1, which is on server 1. So this all will be done in server 1. Let's get started. So this is my lab. I have three servers. Now these servers, based on previous videos, we installed them. So server number 1, server number 2, and a client machine. They're all ready. They're all pinging. At this point, I would highly recommend that you should take a snapshot of all three machines. This will be your base snapshot of this machine, these machines. So how to create a snapshot? All you need to do, keep selected, and then go to VM, and then go to manage. Actually go here, snapshot, and take a snapshot. Now when you're taking a snapshot, we'll name it base image 1, and you should do that as well in your lab, and keep an eye on this here. So while this is taking a snapshot, it will show you a progress right here. Here, saving state. Now this eats up a lot of disks, so make sure you have a lot of disks in your computer. Now once this is finished, we can take a snapshot of other machines as well. Snapshot is only required if in any case, since we'll be installing Active Directory, other roles, if anything goes wrong on this, we can always revert back to this snapshot here, and it will take us back to this point. So we don't have to reinstall complete Windows. We can go back here where there is no role. Now, while this is taking a snapshot, what I'll do is we'll start installing Active Directory in this environment. How do you install Active Directory? All you need to do is you need to be in a server manager. Let's say server manager is not here and your machine starts like this. All you need to do, this is your server manager here. This server with a briefcase type icon. So here you need to open it. So server manager. And as soon as it opens, you need to go to dashboard right here and then add role. What role do we need? We need to add a role. So it is, for now, it is just collecting information, and try again. So let it collect some information. Actually, I'm running a snapshot here as well. That's why it's being a bit slow. So Active Directory will be all installed in this first server. Let's try it again. And this time the visit starts. So here, once the visit starts, all you need to do, click next and next. Don't have to select anything, and here next. Now here are all 17 roles that exist in Windows Server 2012. These are all of the roles. One by one, we're going to go through these roles, but for now, what we need to do, we need to install Active Directory Domain Services. This is the first time we're installing Active Directory. So select this. As soon as I select it here, this window pops up. It's saying that while you're installing Active Directory, it needs to install these things as well. So here, just add feature. keep selected this, next. And you don't have to select in features, so there is roles. We just selected a role in the previous screen, which is this one, and the next screen is features. We don't have to add any features here, and then all we need to do is click next, and then next, and then select restart. If it needs a restart, it will automatically restart. Otherwise, if you don't check this, then you will need to make sure that you restart the machine if restart is required. So here we just selected this and then all those, and then just say install. Active Directory is normally installed in two phases. One is you add the role, and the second one, DC promo run. A DC promo is another wizard that starts right after once this wizard is finished, and DC promo is used to actually promote this server to a DC. Now this server will become a DC once Active Directory is fully installed and configured. So this server will be called that this is my DC. So at any point in time in these labs or in our future training, if I refer to a word, go to your DC. DC means a server with Active Directory. So this is my server, and I am going to install Active Directory. It is just taking some time. Even if you close this screen, it is installing the feature in the background. And if you need to go back to that same screen, you can go to flag here and go to add remove role, and it takes you to the same place. Now, at this point, it is just installing. It's just taking some time. Now, in my case, it is basically because of less space. It is my C drive is full, that's why it's being slow. Otherwise, my disks are SSD, and it should be fast enough. So while I'm recording, I later on I'm going to clean my C drive, so this will definitely improve the speed of everything that we do in this environment. So while Active Directory is being installed, I don't have to do anything on this machine or on the client machine. Later on, they both will be joined to Active Directory, but Active Directory must be installed first. So I'm going to pause the screen here. Once this is all done, then I'm going to come back and restart the recording. Now it took few moments and Active Directory role is installed. Once it is installed, keep an eye on this. At the end of the wizard here, it asks you to promote this server to a domain controller. So we need to click this link, and this will run the second part of Active Directory configuration. If you accidentally close this, you can also see the flag with a yellow triangle, and here it also gives you the same message that you need to do something. So in Server Manager, whenever you see a yellow triangle at any point in time, it means that there is some action pending that needs to be done, that we need to complete. So here I can promote the server from here, or from the same wizard I can just select promote the server to a domain controller. So normally this is a normal server, and now it's going to be Active Directory server. So right here, this is from our instructions here, and here we saw that we added the role. Next, it will be a new forest, and it will be a domain name will be egreen. It will be a new forest. Domain name will be this. DRS and password will be this. So new forest right here, and then we're gonna name it egreen.pri, and then click next. It takes few moments and move to the next. So here it's following this pattern, these steps. So here functional level remains the same. Here this is the DSRM password. DSRM, Directory Services Restore Mode. Now this password will only be required if you ever need to restore Active Directory from backup, or maybe you need to restore some objects from Active Directory backup. So this password normally is not only used when in restoring something. That's why it is called Directory Services Restore Mode. And next, so we use the standard password 1, and here you don't need to do anything, just next. Here, wait for a few moments. NetBIOS name should automatically pop up. This is basically the first name of your domain. So if we look at the slide here, your complete domain name is egreen.tri. The part before the dot is known as NetBIOS name. This is the NetBIOS. Just like in real life, we have a full name and first name and last name. So in domain name also it has a full name. This full name is known as FQDN, or fully qualified domain name, which is egreen.pri. From fully qualified domain name, just the first name is NetBIOS name. So once you look at this again, in few moments it should automatically populate this name. You don't have to type anything here. It should automatically come up. And then next, it will show you in the next screen that where it is installing Active Directory on this server. So it is installing in C drive, Windows, NTDS. We're not changing anything. Just let it install. Gives us the summary that this is you're gonna do, and it will verify all prerequisites. If everything is fine on this server, meaning it has proper IP address, proper DNS address, and everything that we did in part 2 of the video, it gives you some warnings. Warnings are okay, but there shouldn't be any error. So here, all prerequisites checks are passed successfully. All you need to do, install. So at this point, the Active Directory is being installed for the first time, and we'll leave it on its own. Sometimes it takes few minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, depending on how fast the machine is. And we'll let it go. I'll pause the video and then I'll come back. So after promoting the domain controller, it is automatically restarting. The server is restarting. So basically what we did, we added a role. It took few moments, and right after that it ran the domain promotion wizard. It asked for the new forest name, and we provide the name, and it provides the DSR and password. Rest for next. After that, now it is installing for the first time. It is Active Directory is set up. Right after that, all we need to do, once this is all done, then we need to verify Active Directory. How do you verify Active Directory? All you need to do, make sure within Server Manager and Tools you see Active Directory related tools. And after that, we're going to open Active Directory by using ADUC. So to explore and work with Active Directory, we need to go into ADUC and work with the tool. And then within this, we're going to create our OU structure as follows. And then later on, we're going to join these machines and then log in with one of the accounts that we create here. Let's check this out. Server is just taking a few moments to just start. So I'm going to pause the screen. Once it comes back, you don't have to do anything, just wait. Once it comes back, then I can log in. So now the server is restarted. It's waiting for the first time login. So let's press Ctrl Alt Delete, and then make sure that you have egreen/administrator. Now remember this, we're going to use this again and again. So always remember, it is egreen is your domain name, slash means it is after slash it's the username. So this is the username, this is a domain name. And here our password that we set up was the standard password, C capital, password 1, and enter. Once this is done, it will start for the first time. And all we need to do, the very first thing we need to do is to verify Active Directory if Active Directory is installed properly. In order to verify Active Directory, what we need to do is, first of all, let me show you what is not in Server Manager. So if I log into Server 2, and let's log into Server 2 here, and then in this, log in. So Server 2, I'm logged into Server 2 as well, and I'm logged into Server 1. Server Manager is starting. Server Manager is also starting here. Now within this, first of all, verify Active Directory. Now if Active Directory is installed, the role should show up here. So it should show me two roles, ADDS and DNS. So let's see, let it load. Once everything, all settings are loaded, then you should be able to see two roles added in this list. And if I go to Server 2, in Server 2 I don't see any roles, although it's loading. And on Server 2, if you go to Tools, you don't see any tool related to Active Directory. So there is no tool related to Active Directory. So Active Directory is not on a server, you won't find any Active Directory related tool. Whereas if I go on server 1 and go to tools here, I see all these Active Directory related tools. This is how we verify if Active Directory is installed on this or not. So this is verification number 1. And second is, once it all loads, then you should be able to see the ADDS role and DNS role right here. Now once this is all loaded. Now based on our here steps, we just verified Active Directory, but by making sure tools are available. And now we're going to open Active Directory users and computer to start exploring working with Active Directory. In Active Directory, we need to create this OU structure. So we'll be in this domain. Under this domain, we're going to create a OU called Toronto. Under Toronto, we need to create OU called manager. Under manager, we need to create OU called users. And under users, we need to create this user. Now, here, while this is loading up, let's go to tools and open ADUC. This is also referred to as ADUC. It is Active Directory Users and Computers. So open this. So here, as you can see, the roles are being loaded. So ADDS is here, DNS is here. I just initiated the tool ADUC. With Active Directory users and computer, we actually create all users, all computer accounts, and OUs as well. Active Directory sites and services is basically to configure Active Directory in different sites. We're going to go through other tools as well. So in Active Directory users and computer, as soon as you click this, in few moments you should see this book type structure, a directory. This is a directory of this is Active Directory. You click it and you open it. Says ADUC or Active Directory users and computer. How do you read it? So this is your domain. That domain we created when we installed Active Directory, and it has some built-in OUs. Now, OU stands for Organizational Unit. Organizational unit is here just like the word organizational unit. It is to organize data in this. So these are all built-in organizational units. Now I can start working with users. So here you see the administrator account with which we can log in. If you ever need to reset the password for this account, right-click on this, and you can say reset password. If you ever need to disable this account, you can disable the account. If you need to add it to a group, we can add it to a group. We need to move it to another OU. I can move it from this OU to another OU. Now, and here we can do some more stuff. We'll see that later on. For now, what I need to do is I need to create the OU structure. So create the OU structure is this. So I'm going to create a first Toronto OU right under eGreen. So if you need to create OU, make sure you select eGreen and right click on this and say new, and then here just say organizational unit. And we're going to call this Toronto and enter. What is my next one? So let's look at this. Next is under Toronto I need to create manager. So it is under Toronto manager. So right click again on Toronto. Before I right click here, so I just created here. Now I'm going to right click on here and say new and create an organizational unit called manager. And then under manager we have two OUs. One is users and the other one is computers. So two OUs under managers. So here let's create a new OU called users, and right under manager select again manager and right click on manager and create another OU called compute. No, this is not the one. Cancel. Right click again. So I just selected computer. No, we needed to create an organizational unit. This one, and here just name it computer. So once this is all done, then next we need to create a user called Mike under users. So first we created OUs. Now I'm going to create a user called Mike Adams under users. So make sure where you are. So I'm in users. Right click on this and then here new, and we're going to say user. Once you say user, now that you're first creating the first user, I'm going to name it Mike, and then Adam, last name, and this is the user logon name. Logon name is first initial of first name, the meaning from Mike I just took M, and complete last name. So this is ADAMS, M Adam. This will be the logon name. With this, user will log in. And then next, here provide the password. We are using standard password for all everything in these labs. So our standard password is password1, P capital password1, and just uncheck this here. User must change the password. Just uncheck this option, and next, and done. So once this is done, now we have one user. Now the second thing I need to do is, I'm done this part. Now I need to create a call center OU right under Toronto, not under manager, but this is at the same level of manager. So under Toronto. So right click on Toronto, and as you can see, right under call center, I need to create users and computers. So this is what I'm going to do now. And so right under Toronto, right click on Toronto, and then create a new OU called call center. Under call center, right click on call center, and next create a OU called users, and create another OU. Again, right click on call center, create another OU called computer. Once this is all done, then what we need to do is, so we go here. Now we need to create same structure under Mississauga and Montreal. So as you can see, it's the same structure, but there is a user account under call center and user. So let's create this. So first of all, I'm going to collapse Toronto, and since Toronto and Mississauga are on the same level, I'm going to go back to green, evergreen, e-green domain, right click, and I'm going to say organizational unit, Mississauga, and under Mississauga, I'm going to create another OU called manager. Now first time it might be a bit difficult for everyone, so guys, pause the video, go back and redo, go slow on this so that you can exactly make the same structure. Call center, and then under manager I'm gonna create users, and under manager I'm gonna create computers, and here I'm gonna create users and computers. Once this is all done, all I need to do, now I'll leave Montreal for your own lab exercise, just complete Montreal as well. But here, all I need to do, create a user called Ellen Dave. As you can see, this is known as Ellen Dave. I need to create it under users, under call center, under Mississauga. So under Mississauga, under call center, under users, I need to create a new user called Ellen Dave. So here, just go to user, and just say first name Ellen, and last name Dave. His user ID will be A from Ellen, and then Dave. And then next, assign a password, so P capital, password1, and just uncheck this option, and next, done. So now we have two users. One user is a manager in Toronto, in under user, right here, and second user is just a call center user under Mississauga, Alan Dave. So this is what we did. We created this OU structure. So you need to create a Montreal OU structure as well. Now here we need to join eGreen serve 2 with domain with with eGreen. So let's do this. So on server 2 we need to join it to domain. How do we join it? All we need to do, go to server 2 and go to local server. Now this is how to join a server to a domain. Local server, And right here in front of the workgroup it says unknown. So here all you need to do is just I think it is just loading, and it's just the workgroup name is workgroup. Just click on workgroup. As soon as it opens, go to change, and now change it to domain. So here we're gonna say just write evergreen, or you can type the complete name, which is SQDN, and it will ask you for username and password. So we're gonna say administrator, and password is password1. So it takes few moments. If your IP addressing is fine, if they are all on the same network, firewalls are off, then it will give you welcome to eGreen. Sometime it gives you error message, and if you get an error message at this screen, all you need to do is you need to go to Ethernet card. If you get an error, go to Ethernet card, go to this IP address here, and go to Ethernet, and go to properties, and then select IPv4, then properties. Just make sure that this is here, it is pointing to 10. 192.168. Most of the time people forget to enter this setting, so your machine won't be able to join to Active Directory. So make sure DNS setting is there. So cancel, cancel, cancel. In our case it is joined, and here it says welcome to egreen.pri. Just click OK, and OK, and close, and restart now. Same thing, we need to do this, which is step number next, which is step number last step, which is join CL2 CL2. You need to join with register here. Join CL1 to eGreen PRI, and here how to join here. All you need to do, you need to go to start, right click on computer, properties, and then here you need to go to change settings, and in change settings it opens here, click change, and then here from workgroup to domain. So we need to change workgroup to domain egreen.pri. Now here it straightforward gives me error message. Now this error message is basically because I'm using comma instead of a dot. So this is a very straightforward error. So sometimes it is a typo. So put a dot and enter. And here it asks you username and password. Sometimes it wouldn't ask you for username and password, maybe because you have a wrong IP setting. So make sure that everything that we are doing in these videos, you follow each and every step to make this environment exactly the same at home as well. So here, welcome, and done, done. Just restart a machine. After every joining, a machine is restarted. This machine is starting for the first time. This machine is starting now, and once they come back just to make sure if these are properly joined. You need to go back to Active Directory, come in Active Directory users and computer, and go to computers OU. Within computers OU, now you should be able to see CL1 and SRV2. So now these both machines are joined to Active Directory, and this shows in Active Directory that both machines are available. Now, once they are restarted, then all you need to do is this. So the last step is verify that this exists in computer OU. We just verified that this one and server 2 both exist in computers OU, and this is verify here, and this is verify just. Now the last thing we need to do, we need to use Mike Adam to log into CL01. So for this, all we need to do is need to go to a client machine. Client machine is starting up, and once it comes back, I need to log in with egreen/madams. So madams actually is the name of the user. If I can show you, can go back to users, and here Mike. So the logon name for this user, if you go to accounts, is right here. So the user logon name is madams or madams, and the domain name is egreen. So all we need to do, go on to client machine. It is starting up after joining the domain for the first time. and here says Control Alt Delete. You press Control Alt Delete, and this won't let you join onto a domain. This means you're joining into the local machine. So whenever you see this egreen CL01 before slash, it is wrong. We need to switch user. So just say switch user, and then go to other user, and within this now type egreen first, your domain name, egreen, then backslash, and then type M Adams, M Adams, and then the password. Password is capital 1. If everything is fine, all IP addressing was fine, this machine was joined properly to Active Directory, it should be able to log into this machine using my credentials, and all we need to do is just make sure that this is user Mike logged in, and it seems like it was able to successfully get the authentication from server 1. So Mike is now logged into CL01. So before I finish the video, I just need to show you how to verify that if user Mike is logged in. So since it is the first time machine is logging into Active Directory, it is just taking few moments. Once it prepares the desktop for us, it's gonna be finishing any moment now. Let me pause the screen. So it just logged in. It just logged in for the first time. Let's verify. Go to Start and make sure it says Mike Adams logged in here. So guys, this is how we can install Active Directory. So in this video, we installed Active Directory. We verified Active Directory. We created a OU structure. Then we joined these both machines to Active Directory. And lastly, we logged in with Mike. Now, if you have any questions, you can post your questions in the comments area under the video, and I'll be glad to answer your questions. And we're good for this video. I'll see you in the next video.